I guess Shirley and I were old enough that we thought we should have a horse. And we had this acreage and 10 acres here. And so what we decided to do is, let's see if we could buy a horse just to ride in the ditch and do some recreational riding. And we went out and we both looked for a horse. It didn't have to be any special breed or anything. And I bought a purebred Arabian, and she bought a half Arabian, quarter horse. And so we went then to get some tack from the tack store, and then we had to go and see a show farm. And once we seen the show Arabian, we decided that we should try and breed some. So we bought a couple mares and got into the breeding situation, and it just kind of snowballed from there. Yeah, we don't like to call it a hobby because we've got to try and make an income from it, which we are somewhat successful in the fact that we do employ employees, and we have about 14 on staff that handles about 70 horses, and it's year-round, it's 24 hours a day, it's 7 days a week. The horse just doesn't quit eating because it's Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. The show-born coordinator, the trainer from the country of Brazil. Support us in giving him a round of applause, Claude Machado. So then in 2002, our trainer Claude came along.
I'm from Brazil. I grew up in a small town, Brazil, always around horses with my grandpa. I always have a horse, and I went to the Arabian farm over there and fell in love with the Arabian's horse and asked for a job to clean stall there. And then one day the guys took me to the show, and I saw the guys, jump around with the horse there, having fun. I said, oh, I want to be a trainer. I remember those trainers there. And the guys used to make fun of me, and it got me so mad. So you know what? One day, guys, you guys gonna see who I gonna be. I'm gonna be a really good trainer. Then I started working on one small farm that gave me a chance, and that guy had a couple nice horses there, and he didn't want to spend the money with the famous trainer. He said, "Oh, you do yourself." So okay, I'm gonna do the best I can. And in my first show, I remember I went there and I beat all the guys, the big trainers that time. And everybody started looking, who's that guy,
We're going to ask Claude to take this chair here.
Oi.
Then after 10 or 12 years, then I got my first national champion.
Animal de número 121, campeão júnior macho nacional de 1997. Convidamos o titular do Aras de Guatemi para que receba aqui na pista o troféu de campeonato júnior macho dessa exposição.
Then the people from California invited me to go train their horse. And I didn't even know one word in English. I didn't know how to ask for water. It was hard. I knew how to train horse, how to work with a horse. The guy was just point me where's the horse, give him a list, the name. So okay, that's I know I have to do it. And then from there, then I start learning English and Spanish, and then I met Murray and Shirley. I never see people love their horse the way they do it. They're one of a kind.
He says to us that if we wanted to compete at a national level, we were going to have to just breed a few of these mares, that we couldn't breed them all because some didn't have the right quality to become a national horse. And so we started to listen to him a bit and started to do more research. And we decided that we would work things out together, and so he helped us, and we went looking, and we studied at the shows and studied different pedigrees, and then purchased a few more mares that helped us out greatly.
In the performance class, the first thing they look is the quality. If you see a beautiful Arabian horse, pretty Western horse, that's, first thing you're gonna put in your cart. Then you're gonna watch the performance, what he's gonna do. But the first thing is the quality, the whole thing. If the pretty is there, everything is perfect, then you're gonna watch how he performs. Sometimes they look for more pretty, sometimes look for more neck, and now they're looking for everything more compact, everything square in a horse, and pretty face, trot, and you gotta be always looking what is winning, who's the champion, that's what I do, and that's what's counting a lot in a horse today.
We own another farm in Scottsdale, Arizona, and we have a 10-acre farm there right in the city of Scottsdale. This is the working farm, we call it. That's the showcase. People from all over the world fly in for the December farm tours, and we're on the farm tour this year and have been for the last 3 or 4 years. But they fly in from all over the world to go through the tours and juggle and try and buy the right horse for them to win the Scottsdale show, which is the largest show in the world. There's over 2,000 horses there. We would never get this kind of traffic to fly right to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan and come through it. So we felt that we needed to purchase a showcase down there, and so we did. And now Shirley and I don't go down there full time. We're back and forth all the time and make sure WestJet stays in business. And We go to a lot of different shows. We travel to likely about 6 different shows across North America, but none are in Saskatoon. And this is where we live, and we love it here. And so we said, well, let's put on a show, even if it started out that we owned the Lakewood Indoor Tennis Club. And so we said there would be some tennis members who were wanting to come and see our horses, and some of my employees at the manufacturing company wanted to come and see it. So we said, we'll just put on a little show, and we'll do it. And it was such a success, the first one. People just couldn't believe how magic these Arabians looked, and so we decided to carry it on every year. This is our 10th anniversary, and it's likely going to be our biggest one ever.
And this is the thing that we do. If you pet it, you have to buy it. Please get the contract over immediately. Honey, what's your name? Congratulations, you just bought Dasani. Uh-oh, now we're going to have a bidding war to see who really owns the horse. I can see this already.
When I came to Canada, me and Marie was driving to somewhere here in the town, and I saw a Mustang just drove by, and I said, oh, that's a nice car. I like that car. And I remember Marie told me, oh, if one day you make me a champion national, I gave you one. So really, Marie? So okay, done deal. But I said, I'll remember that, But he was safe. He didn't have a horse to be a champion national, never. And then we started to get better and better, breed better horse and this and that. Then when I spot Bay Ambition, I said, oh, here's my Mustang. Anyway.
We were sitting at the in Las Vegas watching the World Cup, and Shirley and I were just sitting there with a couple other friends from Alberta. We were watching the show, and Claudney comes running up and he says, if you're gonna ever want to buy a stallion, I just seen it out back. And Shirley says, you're not gonna buy no stallion. And we said, well, we got to go look anyway. We went there, and Claudney had already looked the horse over. It was sound, it looked good, the legs looked good, the conformation was what he wanted. And so I walked up to the fella that was going to take it into the class and show it as a 2-year-old. And I said, is your horse still for sale? And he says, well, it's not mine, but it's another lady's, and yes, it is. And I said, well, I'm going to make you an offer. And I made an offer something less than what he was asking. And he said, okay, I'm going to take it in the class, and I'll come out and I'll go see if the lady's interested in accepting your offer. And so he went into the class, came out the champion. So that didn't help my cause any. And so we went back, and there was already 2 more offers on the table for full price. And so he took them to the lady, and she said, look, if the Canadian fella will up his price to my asking price, sell it to him. And so they came back and asked us if we'd move up, and of course we did, and got the stallion. The top trainers in the US were just after us, trying to get the horse to show it.
They're like Murray say to one of those trainers in the United States, you know, he tried to take Ambition from me, and he told Murray that the only way that horse to win a national would be with him. And Marie told him, you know what, I prefer that horse to be top 10 with Claudney than be a champ with you, because if he'd be a champion with Claudney, he would be a true champion. With you, I don't know.
Number 548, Bay Ambition.
I take him to the tunnel. It was my turn. He looked at over there inside. He just turned like unbelievable. Say, let's go have fun. And he was just starting, blowing, looking at everybody, and trotting. Oh my goodness! You know, that's the moment I was waiting for.
Proudly present to you Bay Ambition, your unanimous first place stallion, number 488.
Introduce to you now the 2011 Canadian National Champion, the stallion. Murray, come on through the fence. Bay Ambition.
The crowd was crazy when I saw Bay Ambition get into the ring. It was like, I couldn't believe it. So many people was cheering for the horse, and everybody, you know, then, you know, I say, well, we have fun. That's the most important. We were the higher score. We beat the champion there, and everything was unbelievable. That was the World Cup for me, and after that, everything's changed, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bay Ambition.
Then he told, well, let's go to the Ford. I said, what? Do what? Let's go there. And I went there. Just go get your Mustang. He just bought me a Mustang, a beautiful car. And there is my red Mustang there that he promised me, and he gave me. That was cool.
We're really quite anxious to get Bay Ambition's foals out into the show ring in performance, because he's got such a great mind himself, and his foals have all quick learners and real good minds to them, and so we feel that they're going to really strive. Bay Ambition last year was in the top 6 in North America for sires, and then this year now he was second in champion yearlings produced, and he's only got 2 full crops on the ground, and he's already in the top 6 of the sires in North America. So we feel pretty proud of him, and Shirley and I are just happy to own such a horse. Last year, Claude finished in the top 10 handlers for North America. He's been a great asset to our farm. He's not only got the ability to show horses, he's a great guy to be around. He's honest as the day is long, and he's the type of guy that we just are so happy to have him associated with our farm. He's helped us build it to the level, and he always says that team takes more than one person, and that's true. We have a great group here of employees, and we work well together, Claude and Shirley and I, and it's a team effort really, but he's the leader.
Honestly, Rae-Dawn Arabian is the best farm in Canada for sure, and we did. In 10 years we were together here building things together. We did things that not many people in the Arabian business in the whole world did in a short time. I am for them and they are for me.
It's rewarding to be able to show people you know some of the accomplishments that are happening here in the city, because it is a very well-kept secret that we do not want anybody to know that we're the U.S. national champion horses here. In the Arabian business, they know who is the U.S. national champion, but here in town, no, it's not a very publicized thing, and I think it's great when this can happen to the industry. They're beautiful animals. They're likely the most beautiful horse in the world, and they're a horse that can be so universal. It can go do all the different types of disciplines and be a companion that no other horse can do.
If you have program ideas that you'd like to see on SaskTel Max Local On Demand, write us at max.local@sasktel.com.